Well, hello everybody, Bug Eater 64 here, and welcome, and hope you're all having an absolutely beautiful and wonderful family shared Christmas. With that, we're going to be doing a flight today in the Boeing B307, old aircraft, radial engines, and I'm going to be flying from Dallas Fort Worth to San Antonio, Texas. And it's only 215 miles, but we're going to get into this aircraft and just see how we go about getting there, get this bird set up and started up and see how she flies. So with that, I hope you have a great day and enjoy this flight a lot. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are, Dallas Fort Worth. It's in the morning, just before 8 a.m. You can see a bit of a cloudy day, but we're not predicting any rain for today. So there's our Boeing 307 Stratoliner, and says it has a range of 1,300 nautical miles, but we're only going to go 217 miles from Dallas down to San Antonio, Texas. So inside the cockpit here, let's go ahead. This aircraft, you can be flown in a standard way using the VOR and so on, but I'm going to be using the Garmin 530, and so we're going to check our fuel first. And now, according to SimBrief and my FSAirlines, it's supposed to take me about 2,600 pounds of fuel, and we've got 5,400 loaded, so we have plenty of fuel to make this very, very short flight. So let's look at a couple things here. Yeah. As we move in, we'll be going there. There is a checklist in Microsoft Flight Simulator for this aircraft, so you can bring that up. I am not going to be using that today. So let's get our fuel trucks out there and our ground services. Get the doors open. So we got our stewardess back there welcoming the passengers, and we will have a full complement of 33 passengers. So okay, and let's switch over to our avionics package that we want to use in this aircraft, which is basically the Garmin 530 and 430. Let's go ahead and get some power to the aircraft. We start off here with some external power. I'll be setting all our fuel tanks to the mains. Alright, so we got that taken care of. And our cross-feed valves have to be in the off position for takeoff, so we won't mess with them. Let's check our controls. Okay. Mixture's free. Those are props, RPM. That's free and clear, so that's working just fine.
And so fuel's all set. So gaugers are looking right. All right. That's all good. Okay. It's a little bit cloudy and dark, so we're going to get a little bit of light on, so make it a little easier to see all our controls. Alright, inverters. Okay. Fasten seat belts and no smoking. Okay, those are the landing lights there, so I'm not going to use them yet. Okay, and rotating beacon. We can turn that on to let people know that we are doing something. And we'll just get all the lights on here. Ready. Okay, so we're going to start with engine 3, put the boost on, inverters to auto, and that'll start the blade rotating. And we hold that for approximately 5 seconds, and then here we go. And we'll put the magnetos to both. And we can see the engine gauges. We have a good start on engine number 3. Okay, so the gauges are looking good. All right, so engine 4. This aircraft is actually quite simple to start. Okay, let's get the avionics turned on so we can get our systems up and going. I'm going to be using basically a direct flight, so we're going to go with engine 2. Again, waiting for rotation 5.
Clear prop, clear prop.
Okay, we'll let that get started so that our navigation system aligned. And we'll go ahead and start engine 1. Okay, so and we'll switch from external power to internal battery. And okay, oh, I know what I forgot. That's why it saw it cycle. We'll have to reset the avionics. I did not turn on the aircraft generators. So now that we got them on, if I'd had them on, I could have switched from ground power to internal, and we wouldn't have had to reset our navigation system. Okay, so all our lights are on, no smoking on. Landing lights, we'll turn them on once we get to the runway, and we've got our pitot heat on. Let's go ahead and get our Garmin set up. Okay, so let's get rid of the fuel truck and services, close the doors up. And we'll just kind of take a look over. Here we go. And looks like we're all set. Okay. We are just about ready to go here. We'll release the brakes here pretty quick and get our taxi started. So we're going to be flying at about 5,000 feet today. Nothing to run into anyway. It's only 215 miles. get the landing lights on a little bit early, but that's all right. It's a bit breezy today. It'll be interesting to see what the wind is like down in San Antonio. Okay, we got not overly aggressive wind, but we do have some gusts up around 20-25 knots today. And flaps to takeoff position. Okay. Let's go ahead and move out onto the runway and prepare for departure. Everything's looking good here. Mixtures to full rich. Propellers to full RPM. Runway 18 left, and let's get ready to go. Start applying some power here, brakes released. Okay, and landing gear coming up. Okay, so gears up, flaps are up. Let's get to where we're going. Okay, so now we're on approach into San Antonio. Been an uneventful flight for the most part. Had a little war with the navigation system, but I think that was more pilot issues on how this particular Garmin 530 and 430 work and how they interact together as to the problems I had, but all is well. So our plan is to land on runway 22. Got just about 8.5 miles to go. And it is quite windy. So it'll be fun to see how this works. Especially if this is a crosswind landing, because the wings that were used for this aircraft were basically the same wings that were used for the B-17 during World War II. There's a lot of lift in them. So, and that's why this aircraft, you know, she flies very well, and she's very stable. But when you're on landing and approach and you're going at a slower speed, if the wind is a crosswind, if it gets underneath the wing, it'll lift it up pretty good. So keeping her under control sometimes with heavy crosswinds, 20, 30, 35, 40 miles per hour, it can get a little crazy, but we're going to see how we get down and you know, make a successful landing. So keep your fingers crossed. I promise no guarantees. Okay, I've got the end of the runway in sight. So flaps are 3/4 down. Flaps full. With all this crosswind though, I might be better off not to have full flaps down because it's going to add a lot of lift, especially, but we're going to give it a shot, see what happens. So flaps are full, gear is down and locked, all green. And yeah, there is it's a straight crosswind. So we're gonna try and crab it a little bit here. Yep, whoa, it's really pushing me to the right of the runway. Let's see if we can hold her. It's really trying to lift that wing. Here we go. Let's touch her down. Okay, we're down. Now.
Vertical speed 25,367, side slip 131.6.
Well, that's all a lie. Whoop, there's what we, yep. Look at it lift that wing. Yeah, we'll just try to keep the wings from hitting the field. Okay. No real complaints. That was not my best landing by any means, but it was safe, and with the wind as strong as it was, I'll take it. So with that, welcome to San Antonio. Double check on my touchdown. We touched down at minus 92 feet per minute, which I will never complain about, especially in these conditions. So with that, we'll get the flaps up and get off the active. And we'll just pull up here. Wipe the sweat from my brow on that little bit of a tense landing, and get her stopped. We'll get the parking brake on, and then we'll get out of the airplane and kiss the ground. Engine shut down. All right.
Well, there you have it. We made it. What can I tell you? That was quite a landing, though. I'm telling you, we had a whole bunch, about 25, 30 knots of breeze. straight across the runway, left to right. So when I touched down, which we touched down at minus 92 feet per minute, and so it was a good touchdown, good landing, but I had to fight like heck trying to keep it from having that right wing dip in and hit the runway. But, you know, that's what happens when you got older aircraft with wings that are that big, that have that much lift in them. It doesn't take a lot of wind to try to pick up one edge when it's a crosswind like that. So we fought it. We couldn't keep it on the runway, but we were able to keep the aircraft in one piece, keep everything safe, and had a successful flight. So that is the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and the Boeing 307. And I got to tell you, it was a lot of fun to fly. I'm going to have to do some more research on that fuel system, because it said I was going to use 2,600 pounds of fuel for a 215-mile flight, and that seems pretty heavy. But we got her done. So hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're all having, like I said, a great holiday season and a Merry, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Until the year 2024, this is Bug Eater 64 telling you, y'all be well, you be safe, and we'll catch you in the next year. Goodbye for now. Remember, safe flying.